You're watching Football Daily, and here are this week's biggest transfer headlines. With January approaching, clubs are drafting up their top targets for the winter window, so we've got a big episode lined up for you today. Let's get straight into it. We begin this week's episode at Chelsea, who are enjoying a fantastic spell of form right now. However, one player who isn't so happy is Olivier Giroud, who is yet to start in the Premier League this term, with the Blues striker telling French broadcaster Telefoot, "It's worrying, I thought I still had a role to play at Chelsea, but my playing time is getting reduced a lot. It's going to have to change or else I must make a decision." Manager Frank Lampard has responded to this by insisting that Giroud remains an important member of his squad and wants him to stay, but has also suggested that if the former Arsenal man wants to move, then he may not stand in his way. With a busy winter schedule coming up, Lampard will be keen to keep his squad depth as strong as possible, but with Giroud's contract up next summer, he will be free to negotiate a pre-contract with another club come January. And if he were to leave, he wouldn't be short of options. According to Calcio Mercato, West Ham and Tottenham could offer him the option of staying in London, while PSG have also been linked. Inter Milan, who came close to signing him earlier this year, also remain interested, while a trip to the MLS with David Beckham's Inter Miami has also been touted. Even at 34, it's clear Giroud is still regarded very highly by a number of top clubs. On yesterday's Euro transfer talk, we spoke about reports stating that Pep Guardiola wants the Manchester City board to sign Harry Kane and Jack Grealish, with one journalist also claiming that the club was prepared to end its interest in long-running target Lionel Messi. However, the Times have since reported that the citizens are still hopeful of landing the Barcelona captain, and that they have drawn up a 10-year plan to maximise the commercial impact of bringing the Argentinian superstar to the club. This plan would obviously involve Messi playing under Guardiola at the Etihad, but the City group is also understood to be keen for him to play for another of their franchises, namely New York City, as his professional career winds down. There is also the possibility they would offer him an ambassadorial role after retirement, keeping the iconic forward in the organisation and as part of City's brand for years to come. They would of course have to front up a huge salary for Messi, whose wages are currently the subject of increased scrutiny at Barca as the club contemplates its dire financial situation. But the potential commercial boost of such a signing for a club still very much developing its global reach is clearly something City chiefs are excited about. And with just weeks left until the Blaugrana star can negotiate a pre-contract agreement, we'll no doubt be hearing more developments as January approaches. However, Barca fans hoping for Messi to stay will be buoyed by the latest comments from presidential hopeful Victor Font. Referring to City CEO Ferran Soriano, Font told L'Esportiu de Catalunya, "I already told him to forget about Messi, to look for alternatives to win the Champions League, because Messi will continue with us and we will win the Champions League." But with the presidential elections not due to take place until the end of January, time is certainly not on Font's side. Over to Everton now, where following the success of summer signings Alan and James Rodriguez, there is talk of the club dipping back into the European market, and one player apparently on their radar is Lazio number 10 Luis Alberto. According to Gazzetta dello Sport, the Spanish playmaker, whose social media outburst against his employers earlier this month has reportedly created a rift within the club hierarchy, may be sold by the Bianco Celesti in January, and the Toffees are apparently one of the clubs in for him. Juventus and Inter Milan are also said to be interested in signing the 28-year-old, who has been integral to Lazio's success under Simone Inzaghi, but his manager is still hopeful the club will keep hold of the former Liverpool man. However, while a return to Merseyside to link up with Carlo Ancelotti may be attractive for the Spaniard, whether Everton need another creator in his late 20s is another matter entirely, especially when the player in question signed a new 5-year contract in September and is valued at around €40 million. The English club have also been linked with Villarreal forward Samuel Chukwueze, with Spanish publication La Razón claiming them as one of a number of clubs chasing the Nigerian international. Real Madrid, Leicester, Wolves and Man United are also said to be interested in the 21-year-old, who has an €80 million release clause but has yet to start consistently under Unai Emery this term. Clubs will certainly be monitoring the highly rated youngster's situation over the coming months. Before we move on to our headline story, a quick reminder to subscribe to Football Daily and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Anyway, let's move on. One of the players most frequently linked with a move to the Premier League in recent months, DAYOT UPAMECANO, has been the subject of countless rumours in the press, especially since it was confirmed his release clause would stand at €42 million next summer. Liverpool, Arsenal and Man United are three of the clubs most strongly linked with the RB Leipzig defender, and on the weekend the Frenchman may have dropped a hint where his next destination could be. Upamecano sent the rumour mill into a frenzy when he liked a post on Instagram linking him with a move to Old Trafford, leading fans to speculate whether the 22-year-old would favour United over other interested clubs. The young star has since deleted his like, surprise surprise, but that won't stop the talk over his future, with Bild reporting last week that he could decide his next move as early as January. The German publication also claimed that European champions Bayern Munich won't be able to afford Upamecano at this moment in time, which suggests that his next club will almost certainly be away from the Bundesliga. Upamecano, who only made his debut for France in September, is clearly in high demand, and if United do land his signature, it would represent a major win for the Red Devils hierarchy, whose transfer strategy came in for heavy criticism following the Jadon Sancho saga. But can you see him going to the theatre of dreams, and if not, where do you reckon he'll end up? Let us know in the comments. Following his moment of madness against Leeds on the weekend, Nicolas Pepe has been the subject of scrutiny in the English media, with Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta clearly annoyed at the French star's conduct. And it's just the latest development in what has so far been a frustrating season for the former Lyon man, who has been granted just 2 Premier League starts despite racking up 2 goals and 2 assists in Europe. However, any fears that his red card on Sunday was the final straw for his Arsenal career are premature, at least according to The Times, who have reported that the club have no plans to loan out Pepe in January. With such a busy schedule over the next few months, the Gunners, like Chelsea, are keen to keep the squad as deep as possible, and it's understood the club hierarchy would like to see the Frenchman rebuild his confidence at the Emirates rather than away from it. Pepe has also made the squad for Arsenal's Europa League trip to Molde this week, and so it looks like he hasn't received too harsh a punishment from Arteta. Nevertheless, the next few weeks could be crucial for the £72 million man. We finish at West Ham, who could build on a strong start to the Premier League campaign by dipping into the transfer market in January. And according to France Football, the English club have their sights set on a Ligue 1 star. Apparently, manager David Moyes is keen on Lyon striker Moussa Dembélé, who could be attainable for as little as £30 million if reports are to be believed. The former Celtic man, who has been linked with Chelsea and Man United in the past, has endured a poor start to the season himself, failing to register a goal or an assist in over 500 minutes and making just 1 start since the end of September. However, with the future of teammate Memphis Depay still uncertain, Jean-Michel Aulas is insistent that Dembélé will stay at the club this season, with the Lyon president determined for the club to make the Champions League spots this term, something they failed to do in the curtailed 2019-20 campaign. But West Ham fans, we want to hear from you. Would you like to see Dembélé at the London Stadium, or are you happy with the club's current striking options? Let us know down below. So that's all we have time for on this week's Transfer Talk, but don't go anywhere. Why not click on screen right now to check out more Football Daily greatness? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave it a like, and we'll see you next time.